Sawadi Sabaidi. How are all of thee? We all good? I hope so. Like, share, subscribe. If you want. Up to you. Famous Thai saying, even though it's English words, up to you is a very common phrase. Here in Ayutthaya. And it's very famous for its temples, its old temples, going back to the 12th and 13th century. This one, as you can see, that's outside my window here in my hotel. Sebsuk Hotel, Sebsuk, 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 I think. Yeah, old temple ruins here. No one seems to really care or do much about these particular ruins. It is an old temple. There is a sign, and back there's an entrance going through and leads into here. But there's just ruins. There's no Buddhas. There's absolutely nothing of worship of such. But people, I've been observing them. Not everybody, obviously. Like those two motorbikes. There's another temple, or two more temple ruins, but one's got a laying Buddha. And that's now about the 10th motorbike, 11th, 12. And there's clearly something going on down in the temple down there today. So I shall have a wander down to see what that is. Yeah, it seems to be, last 3-4 days I've been here, I've hardly seen any vehicles going down there, and the ones that I have seem to be the people that live along here. There's obviously something going on down at the temple. I say temple, basically it's a laying Buddha. I'll show you. I'll pop you on hold. I just wanted to show you what Ayutthaya is kind of known for. It's not known maybe specifically for low-level ruins, because I think that's kind of, from what I'm gathering, it is kind of, if there's enough of a structure above ground still, they still kind of put it on the map, shall we say. It's they'll put Buddhas in there, they'll keep on top of things, build some new stuff, put in signs and things like that. I think basically what's happened here is, because there's nothing of anything more than, say, like waist height, there's no actual like roof structures at all. It's just literally just the foundations here. I think this kind of, it's obviously still protected area. This probably can never be built on, because obviously it's a religious site still. But what I'm saying is, it's obviously not forgotten about. Like I say, there's signs, but there's nothing. I was going to sound harsh, but there's nothing special about it, is there? There's nothing. There's been nothing done to it. They haven't rebuilt any structures, so it's kind of, it's an irrelevant site, which is pretty horrible thing to say, really. It's obviously got a history, but that history is, because there's so much other history around here, with places that are still a lot more developed, still a lot more intact. That's what I meant, really. A lot more intact. This has obviously been pulled down to virtually just to the footings, So there isn't, anything. You could obviously still see the outlines of each building where it would have been, and each block of those, the stupas and such like. They're still there. It's just that the stupa itself is missing. Obviously, the walls are missing and the roof's missing. I just wanted to give you an indication, of the level of different levels, different stages, if you like, of ruins. And I think this is kind of like the last stage, like, yeah, we ain't gonna really be bothered with this one, which is a shame because obviously the Buddhist British temples have a lot of money, so you'd think that they might do something with these sites, but they've got so many other sites that they just don't need to bother. I think it's as plain and simple as that. There's just so many sites, and obviously the going back to like the 13th century, 12th century, when there was conflicts and a lot of these buildings were being brought down by the Burmese. It's they've got so many other ones still standing that you know are popular. I think maybe this one due to its location also. But like I say, there's a laying Buddha just down this road, and there's another lot of ruins in front of it and behind it. So this whole section here, this whole block here, has got lots and lots and lots of history in it. So I can imagine from where this basically from my hotel ends here, this wall here. I think you'll find that this whole area for what a good couple of acres, hectares maybe even, it'll all be protected land, it will be religious land, spiritual land, or whatever you want to call it, historic land. So they'll have protection orders on it, no doubt. So it'll never be able to be built on. Maybe they might have to slice a little section out of it, perhaps. But more than likely, this will stay like this until end times. Unless obviously space gets, if they run out of space. I mean, they're building these new houses over here, as you can see. Don't look like many of them are actually being lived in. Well, they look like they're pretty much complete, but yeah, like everywhere in the world, just more and more houses being built the whole time to keep up with demand. So there we go. The old meets the even older. Anyway, TTFN, like, share, subscribe.